What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some Raid Shadow Legends, and I thought we would go ahead and take a look at and talk about the Forge Pass here, because everybody is losing their minds over this today. It's been a very entertaining day on YouTube. I've been watching so many videos today, and people are just up in arms about this, and I understand there's some disappointment because we didn't get a Battle Pass 2. I totally get that. But I'm seeing so many content creators who are like foaming at the mouth that this is like the last straw. Plarium has done it this time. This is really going to be the one and all, the last straw for all these guys. Everybody's so mad and so upset and so disappointed in the game. And I'm like, it's a $20 pass. I don't honestly understand the outrage. And then all these content creators are going to turn around this weekend and probably spend thousands of dollars on Void Shards to pull for Siphi and Hegemon, who they have a better chance of getting struck by lightning 3 times when they walk outside their house than they do actually pulling those champions on this 10x. But they're going to blow a ton of money on that, but it's okay. There's value there, I'm sure. But I don't know. I just had to get that off my chest. I was a little annoyed. There just seemed to be a lot of crying today from a lot of the content creators. And again, like I said, it's a $20 pass. And it's like, it's just there. If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. I don't think it's worth having an aneurysm over or trying to say it's like the end-all be-all for Raid Shadow Legends. It's just very interesting seeing some of the reactions today. I've been watching a lot of the videos. I would say I think like Chosen probably had the best overall, reaction to it, which is kind of like there's a little bit of value here, but you understand why people are disappointed. What I'm going to try to do in this video is actually shed a little bit of light on some of the attitude toward this pass. Obviously, full disclosure, I did buy the pass. It was $19.99. Really not that expensive if we're being honest here. And I think what this boils down to is it's a different mentality depending on where you are in the game. And this pass is actually going to be attractive for quite a few people, and it's going to have value for quite a few people. And I'm going to kind of go over that, and we're also going to go and kind of see some proof of this in just a minute. I see a lot of content creators saying no one's going to buy this, the community doesn't want it, Plarium's not going to do it again. So far from the data I'm seeing, just based on my own clan and other clans, I don't think that's true at all. I think actually they're going to probably do a season 2 of this, and I think a lot of content creators are going to be even more upset when they see that we're going to get another Forge Pass, because I think this is actually doing surprisingly well right now for Plarium. I think people are going pretty all out on this thing, actually. We'll see that here in just a second. But this is the Forge Pass, so obviously it revolves around the Forge, and you're going to get a bunch of charms and a bunch of gear materials. I think someone in Chosen's chat today broke this down, where you actually are going to get enough materials if you buy the $19.99 level pass and get all of this to actually forge about 200 pieces of 5 to 6 star gear, which is quite a bit. That's pretty awesome. You would have to farm Arena quite a while to get that much Magisteel. You also do get these bonuses. You get the XP bonus. You get, I believe, a bonus to all the silver while you're playing the game, and I believe that's an overall bonus. It's not like the raid card where it only applies to campaign levels. So there are a couple little nice perks there. I'm going to tell you why I personally purchased this for $19.99. Number one, it's got all the forge materials. Number two, it's got a lot of 5-star glyphs. And right now, the bane of my existence is actually the Ramontu missions. I'm on this 17 out of 40 on this get max rank 5 or higher 40 glyphs. So that was one of the things that attracted me toward buying this pass, just for full disclosure there, because I'm trying to get through these missions, get almost done with the third one here, and got to get through that so that I can actually finish all this up before the next reset of Doom Tower, so I can kind of just get through these last couple missions here. So that's one of the reasons that I picked it up. The other reason is obviously because of the forged materials. Now, I want to tell you guys something in that there's a difference in mentality for a lot of late game into end game, into super end game players in terms of their mentality. I'm seeing a lot of content creators too saying, oh, the Forge is trash, it's stupid, there's no reason to use the Forge, it's dumb, which is an absolutely terrible take. Some of the best gear sets in the game actually do come out of the Forge. Obviously, Swift Parry, which is pretty useful in high-end Arena, especially on Arena defense. The deflection set, not as popular, but it does have some use on some bosses, some Doom Tower stuff there. Resilience is okay. It's more of a mid-game set to kind of flesh out your champions that need more HP or defense. But you got Perception, which is quite honestly one of the best sets in the game. Most of the super endgame players now, they don't even farm Dragon for speed or accuracy anymore. They just create Perception gear. They go for high accuracy, high speed substat rolls. This is where they get most of their gear from. They're not farming for this gear anymore. They're just using the Forge. Big secret not many people know about is that a lot of the super endgame players don't really farm too much of the dungeons anymore. They used to grind Fire Knight all the time. They used to grind Dragon all the time to get the speed gear. Now they usually just grind Spider to get the silver and get some of the accessories. Because you're going to get your Perception set here. You're also going to get your Untouchable set here, which is basically a better immunity set. So you don't need to farm Fire Knight anymore. You're going to farm Doom Tower and you're going to come in here and craft. So you need these crafting charms and crafting materials so you can have a better chance at getting better substats and getting that 6-star legendary gear. So there's quite a few sets in here. You know, you got Bloodthirst, which is a better lifesteal set. A lot of people still use that mid-game and toward the beginning of the late game. Guardian is a set a lot of people are using on like Vogoth or Ursuga for their tank and arena. Fortitude from Bommel, again, better resistance set than what you get from Ice Golem. So you've got resistance plus 40 and you get the defense. And then you've got the lethal set, which is basically a better Savage set. So the in-game players are not farming Fire Knight anymore. They're buying this pass. They're farming arena. They're getting their Magisteel. They're doing faction wars. They're doing Doom Tower. They're coming into the Forge and they're going to forge these sets here, which is what they're going to use. And then obviously with Hydra now, we got Stone Skin that a lot of them are going after. But that's actually something a lot of people don't understand, is that the Forge is a very highly used area of the game for the super late game players. They don't care about dungeons anymore. So this pass for them is pretty much a must buy. And Plarium knows that. This is another thing I wanted to mention, which may make people upset, but Plarium knows their analytics. Plarium knows their finances better than anybody out there. It's just funny to me when you get content creators talking about how they know what's best financially for the game. Like when they're sitting there saying, oh, if you had priced the skin at 25, more people would have bought it. No, Plarium knows their player base. They know they have a bunch of people who will drop $50 for that Arbiter skin because they want to make a statement and they want to flex. Plarium is basically the high roller section of Las Vegas, where you go and play the $5 slot machines or the high stakes poker games. They know that a good majority of their spenders are those players. They want to have stuff to flex in the game, so they're going to buy the skin for $50. Hell, you had content creators buy the skin for $50 after complaining about how much things in the game cost. So there you go. But I just wanted to touch on that real quick, because the Forge is actually a really great area of the game, and I see way too many content creators ignore it. And like I said, some were even saying this is a trash area of the game. No one cares about Forge. No one's forging anything. And I'm just like, that's just a terrible take. But of course, those same people are basically saying that this Forge pass is trash because there's no shards for them to pull. Which unfortunately is something that's perpetuated through the game now, is that there's only value in things if they have shards to pull, because so many people have gotten addicted to that. But I wanted to kind of explain that difference there. There's a good section of the content creators as well, and of the community, and it's like they're never going to get to a point where the Forge Pass would be attractive to them, because they're still kind of in this mindset of, I have to pull champions, I have to pull shards. They don't really understand that gear is actually better than champions, which if you watch some of the more high-end content creators, you know, like Murder Inc., like Boomer, like Mac Chan, you know, they're going to tell you it's all about the gear. Yeah, you do need to get, obviously, some of the meta champions at some point, but, you know, if you're just going through normal content, if you're just trying to progress through hard Doom Tower, basically anything in this game besides Platinum Arena, you don't have to have the most amazing champions, but your gear has got to be top-notch. And I think that's what separates a lot of the content creators now. We have a lot of content creators who really, if we're being completely brutally honest, are still like mid and early late game. They're not quite at the end game where they think they are, and they're still giving advice and still doing things based on, I have to pull shards and get champions. And, you know, I'm not trying to be toxic with that. I think it's just the brutal reality. And if you're a raid player who has evolved with your account, and as you get better, you wind up outgrowing a lot of the content creators. Like, you really don't need videos telling you how to get through like Nightmare Campaign or how to beat Dragon 25 when you get to a certain point. It's like you either learn what to do and how to build champions, how to read a champion kit, how to understand how to build that champion, or you don't, and you're still back there like needing that information and you're just never progressing. So I've seen that myself personally as I've grown throughout the game. Like, there's a lot of, I used to watch a lot of the content creators for their videos on clan boss, on dungeons, and it's like, then I got to a point where I understood how to build a champion, how to get the gear, how to go farm what I needed to farm. And it's like, I kind of moved on. I don't need that anymore. Now I watch guys like Boomer, like Murder Inc. I try to get those, those later game strategies, try to pick up on what those guys are doing. I watch Wantamess when he's doing his Platinum Arena streams. I try to learn from the guys who are at the top now, because that's where I want to get to eventually. And I think that's kind of what a lot of people forget about, just to be, just being generally honest from what I'm seeing right now, especially with some of the reactions. But that kind of also touches on why I think so many people are against this Forge Pass, because they don't really understand, I guess, the value that it does have. For $20. I mean, I think you get a pretty decent value there based on what I've just explained to you guys. But what I want to do now, I'm going to go into the clans. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at basically how popular this Forge Pass is. So I'm going to start my own clan here, and you can see if you got the purple icon next to your name, that basically means that you bought the 1999 pass. And then some people did buy, let me talk about that before I get into that, because I do actually think that's the one negative of this. This right here I think is pretty awful. I wouldn't spend this money. I mean, if you want to, you could go ahead and just get the whole thing finished. And you're going to see there's quite a few people that have done this. But I think this right here is a little bit over the top. I don't mind the 1999 for the overall pass, but then I think this is kind of, it's like make people actually play the game and get through it. But, Plarium knows what they're doing. They know people are going to buy that. They're going to just bypass it. We've seen a lot of people today already doing that. But let's just go in here to the clans. My own clan here, you can see we got quite a few people. That's 5 right there already. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So almost half of the clan already has purchased this pass, which, for everybody saying no one's going to buy this, that's a pretty decent rate so far. And you'll even see that some people are already, they've progressed pretty far, level 30, level 18, level 34. And my clan we're in the top 150, but we're not some super high end, spending clan that whales out all the time. But you can kind of see people are definitely getting the pass, that's for sure. And one thing I'm not sure if anybody knows about is you can actually go into the clan rankings and look at all the clans that are in the game. You can even search for a particular clan if you know what their name is. But let's just go in number 1 here, Sacred Pandas, the number 1 clan. And we can see here, look at this, level 50, level 50. This guy's got platinum trophies. So we definitely know he's using the Forge to make gear. 31, 50, 50, 50, 50 again, 33, 50. You'll notice something, a lot of the Platinum Arena players are picking up this pass and they're getting those Forge materials. 50, 30, 33. Looks like, I think that's Boomer. So Boomer must be going and doing some takeover work there or something. I think Boomer helps out clans with Hydra. He goes into their Hydra and helps them unlock the later Hydra levels. But I mean, just look at that. Look at all these people that have purchased this. And again, this is the number 1 clan, and it's kind of plays into what I was telling you guys, is that people at that higher end see the value in this pass. Here we go again. We got 35, 33, 32, 30. I mean, but here's a 50, 29. But so you can see this is Eternal Titans. They're number 1 clan there. A lot of people have picked up the pass. Let's look at Immortal Elite. Here you go. 35, 31, 31, 33. Mac Chan with his 9 plat finish, his top finish trophies. So it's really interesting to kind of see this. And again, the content creators out there saying no one's going to buy this. It's terrible value. It's a terrible pack. It's just trash. That's clearly not bearing out so far. I mean, just about every one of these clans, it seems like the majority of their players actually have picked up this pass. I'm not going to go through all these, but we're just going to... Here's Gallifrey. They're another pretty well-known clan. You see they're 50, 50. Just about, you know. A few people haven't got it, but there's a lot of purple icons here. And I think that's going to be... we can come down here, I guess, to like, I don't know. There's Eternal Titans too. You know, we got Tau, the Ancient Order. Let's see what... see if these guys are picking it up too. So not quite as many here. We're seeing a little bit more of a differentiation, but you're still seeing quite a few that have it. So I think you are going to see quite a few people buy this as we go through the different clans here. I mean, and again, we're just going through the top 30 here, but I kind of wanted to just show you guys that there are quite a few people picking up this pass, and I honestly do think it's going to do very well for Plarium. And I think what's going to happen is that you are going to see a Season 2 of this pass. I think it is going to definitely be successful for them. And I know a lot of people are not going to like that. But I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts on this. I personally think it's a decent value. I wasn't around for the first Battle Pass, so I'm not really super upset about it. That might have something to do with it. And a lot of people were expecting a Battle Pass. I get it. People wanted shards, they wanted champions, they got a Forge Pass instead. Like I said, it's $20. I think $20 for a Forge Pass is a really weird hill to die on, especially when you got stuff like this. People weren't this upset about the $50 Arbiter skin, which literally has zero value, other than for big time whales to just flex. That's really all that has, and people weren't that upset about that. So it's just funny to me how up in arms a lot of people are getting about this $19.99 pass, which they don't have to buy it if they don't want to. It's like everything else. And you guys know me. I'm the first person to call Plarium out when they do something stupid in the game. And, you know, I said with the Arbiter, the skin, I'm like, if you buy that, you're kind of contributing to the developer being able to get away with being lazy. And I don't like that. I don't necessarily think that's the case with the Forge Pass. I think this is okay. And if you don't agree, that's fine. If you disagree with me, I'd love to hear why. I'd love to hear if you bought the pass down below in the comments. And you know, give me your opinion, give me your thoughts. If you like it, that's great. If you don't like it, that's cool too. I mean, people are allowed to have their opinion on it. They're allowed to talk about why they like it or not. I just wanted to offer a little bit of a different perspective on why I think this actually has a little bit of value, especially for, like I said, $20 is really not too bad. As far as packs go in this game. And like I said, you know, at the end of the day, everyone's going to whine and complain about this. They're going to turn around this weekend and drop a couple $1,000s. Not even think twice about it. So that part is just always funny to me. It's like, you know, you see these videos complaining about this, but then these same people will post a video on Sunday about, oh, we pulled 500 Void Shards for Hegemon. So, I don't know. I just wanted to offer a little bit of a different take here. So, hopefully you guys got a little bit out of that video and at least got an image of the mentality of why people would be excited for this pass and would actually want to purchase it, and why some people actually are going all the way and already buying it out to level 50 already, because they do feel like the Forge is that important, at least for that part of the game. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. As always, I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.